And hey, I want to welcome you to the Ask Sharon show, How to Play Big. My name is Ken Walls, and I'm very honored that Sharon reached out and asked me to step in for her while she is traveling. So today we're going to talk about some of the. I'm trying to share out on my Facebook page real quick, but we're going to talk about some of the things that we're going to discuss would be mindset and how to expand your business via mindset and social media. So let me share this out real fast. I just shared it. So there we go. So I want to talk to you a little bit about mindset. So I've about 5 years ago, I own a marketing firm in Columbus, Ohio, and I want to make sure that that everybody can hear me. But I own a marketing firm in the greater Columbus area, and for a long time, I developed websites, and I thought, man, I'm just, this is my market. Columbus, Ohio is my market. And then some things occurred in my life that, excuse me, helped me realize that I that there was so much more available in the world. And so I had this huge mindset shift, and I started picking up clients in New Zealand and other parts of the world, and I started seeing, like, whoa, wait a minute, the blinders like fell off, and I had a huge mindset shift. And so, I've become friends with, and let me tell you something, I'm not the guy that Sharon Lechter should be reaching out to, in my mind, 5 years ago. Today, however, I have a different mindset. And so, this shift occurred because of some big things that happened for me, that I made happen by reaching out to some celebrities. And I'm going to share with you how I made that happen, and I've got some questions that were sent in as well. I want to answer those questions because I do have some, I think, some pretty solid answers based on my own experience. So, mindset, I know a lot of people that I work with or have worked with that have they may have a mindset of, I can't do this, or I'm too busy to do this, or I can't find the time. And I can promise you that if you have that sort of mindset in any way, that is going to be the case. So once I had a shift in my mindset to, not I can't or I don't have the time, but more along the lines of, how can I make that happen? How do I find a way to make that happen? And so that's the mindset that I live in today. Not, I can't do it, and so the biggest encouragement piece of advice I would give anybody is, if you live in a mindset of and you really have to dig deep sometimes. You really have to look at, what is going on up here that's causing you to make excuses for not playing big, for not going for a much higher level in life. And I'm not judging anybody. I've been there for many years. I was there, and I can tell you that once you have the shift from I can't, or I don't have the time, or I can't afford it, or, and I've heard Sharon say this, instead of saying I can't afford it, saying, how can I afford it in the future? What can I do to plan to afford that in the future? And playing life at a totally different level. And I've done that through, personally, I've done it through by connecting with the right people. Being connected with Sharon has been a huge blessing in my life. And, she was introduced to me via another friend that her and I have, named Lisa Copeland, who's amazing, an amazing woman. She's a client of mine, and she connected Sharon and I've learned so much from Sharon and from Lisa and from a lot of other people. So, one of the things that I always personally do is I try to flow power and energy to people that I want to be connected to. And I'm not saying come off as a fake. Make sure that when you're doing this, that you are doing it from the right place in your heart. I want to be connected to Sharon Lechter. I want to be connected to Lisa Copeland. I want to be connected to these big, big, big players. And the only way to do that, could I show up to Sharon Lechter's office and get an appointment with her? Maybe, maybe not though. But, could I show up to anybody, any big person's office and I don't know, but what I do know is all of these people are out here on social media and they all have one thing in common if they're trying to play big. And that common thing would be they want more people to know who they are. Right? They want more people to know who they are. They may, in Sharon's case, have books out there. Other people's case, they have books out there. They have online courses, or they have a message that they want the world to hear, that they want to share. And, the best way to get on their radar is to help them get what they want. I'm friends with Zig Ziglar's children, and Julie Ziglar is a really dear friend of mine. And Zig Ziglar is famous for having said, you can have anything you want in life if you help enough other people get what they want in life. And I live that every single day of my life. I like to help other people get to the next level. By helping other people get to the next level, it just automatically lifts me to that next level. If I'm sharing Sharon Lechter's content every single day of my life over and over and over, and I'm sharing, and I'm tagging her, and I'm sharing it out to other people, and I'm telling other people, listen to this brilliant message from Sharon Lechter, or Lisa Copeland, or Grant Cardone, or I had Mark Cuban retweet me one time. I was like, what? He just retweeted me? And it's because I read his book, and it was an amazing book, and I took a picture of it, and I tagged him on Twitter, and I said, wow, this is an incredible book. If you're an entrepreneur, you need to read this. And I shared it out. And as soon as I shared it out, it was 5 minutes later, he retweeted my tweet. Couldn't believe it. So if you want to get attention, help other people get attention first. That's the very first thing that you have to do. And again, I don't know everything. I definitely don't know everything. But I can tell you that all the successful people that I know, that I'm personally friends with, they help other people. And if you help other people, you can have everything you want in life. So I'm gonna go through the questions that we received here, and that some of Sharon's fans wrote in and had some questions, and I'm gonna do my very, very best to answer them. So let's start with the first one. Hi, Sharon. My name is Daniel, and I'm a stay-at-home dad who recently transitioned out of a career so my wife can pursue a great professional opportunity. I work in the real estate industry and thought that I would start a blog or posting online to keep myself relevant and see what opportunity I can create to do something on my own. I'm not sure what it will look like yet. Any tips for sharing when you aren't sure what your big vision is yet? Excuse me, I apologize. When you're not sure what your big vision is yet, but want people to connect with you. I want it to be worthwhile for people to engage with me online and not seem random. So thank you for that question, Daniel. One of the things that I would say is, if you don't know what your big vision is yet, you won't ever find your big vision by standing still. So I would say start taking action. If you had a long real estate career that said you were in the real estate industry, there's got to be something that you are really good at. That you're an expert at something. Maybe you know something about real estate that most people don't know. Maybe there's what I would do is first I would share other people's real estate content. I would share, if it's, I'm not saying that it's necessarily real estate, it could be whatever, but you said you had a real estate, you were in the real estate industry for a while. So I would say, start teaching other people online about something you're an expert at. Like, so many people are afraid to hit that go live button on Facebook or on YouTube. I mean, if I had a long-term career in real estate and I wanted to start getting myself out there, I would do a show like this on Facebook, or I would do a show on YouTube, and I would put that information out there and start really allowing people to see me as the expert in that space. Once people start seeing you over and over and over and over, and you're sharing other, like Barbara Corcoran from Shark Tank, she's a real estate expert. Share her stuff. Share, the people that can actually help you eventually. Start sharing their stuff, read their stuff, share it, get online and talk about an article you just read by Warren Buffett about real estate, or, so I would start there. I would say, okay, I'm an expert in this space. This is what I want to expand my business and my life and my presence about, and do the blogs, do all of it. So that's where I would start with that. So let me move on to the next question. And hopefully that answered your question. And if I can be of any more help, please feel free to reach out to me. The next question is, I am Rico, a 28-year-old single father of twin boys. I became a father younger than expected, and now am trying to hold on to some of the ambitions that have taken a back burner to parenting. I love being a dad and have a supportive family, so this is not a sob story, but I can definitely use some mentoring on how to keep my head up with competing priorities. I want to be proud of myself as a father, but I feel like that means being either a present dad or a man who pursues his dreams so that they will be proud of me. I haven't figured out how to do both. Sharon says she doesn't believe in a work-life balance, but to live one big life. What is some perspective you can offer that might help me feel confident in the choices I am making? Thanks for the guidance. Wow, that's a that's a big question. I don't know what's going on with my throat, but I apologize for it. That question, a 28-year-old single father of twin boys. I know this. I have 2 daughters, and I'm not a single father, but I have been. And I'll tell you that I want my daughters to see me create and live my dreams, because children, there's a plaque that my wife has somewhere around the house that says, children will rarely do what they're told, but they will always mimic what they see. I want my children to mimic what I want. I want them to live their dreams. I want them to expand and be everything that life made them to be. And the only way that I can do that is by being a living example. I'm not going to let my dreams die with me, and I'm not going to allow my children to see my dreams die with me. I want my children to see that it takes hard work, and it takes years and a lot of persistence for dreams to come true. So that's what I really truly would like, is I'd like to see my children live their dreams. And the only way that they're going to live their dreams is if they see me living mine, and learn to pursue their dreams. So I would say, dude, give it everything that you have to be a great father. When you're with your children, be present with your children, and give them everything that you have to give them in that moment. But if you have dreams, if you have ambitions that you want to have come true, then you've got to go after them and show your children what that means, like what that's like to go after your dreams. You can't just sit back and allow your dreams to be diminished. And I agree with Sharon. I don't believe in a work-life balance either in any way. I believe that you should give it everything. Whatever you're doing, if you learn to be in the present moment, whatever it is you're doing, you give it everything that you have, and your life is going to be magical in that moment. And then, again, I hope that answers your question. That's what I would do. That's what I am doing. So let me move on to the next question. Hi, Sharon, this is Michelle. I'm a recruiter and have recently started posting content on social to help people connect to their ideal career opportunities. My ultimate goal is to have my own placement firm, and I am working on creating a following and establishing myself as an influencer so that I have credibility established when I launch. My focus has been on LinkedIn because it's considered the more professional of the social media platforms, but I keep hearing how important Instagram is. I'm not sure if it makes sense to divert my energy away from LinkedIn if the people most likely to find my content and messaging helpful are found there. I would love your feedback on where you think it makes the most sense to invest my time. What a fantastic question. So, Michelle, I do social media training. I teach people how to use social media, and I'll tell you something. One of the biggest questions I get is, what platform should I spend the most time on? Should it be LinkedIn? Should it be Twitter? Should it be Instagram? Should it be Facebook? And my answer is always the same: all of them. And you say, but I don't have the time. You have to create the time. And LinkedIn is a great platform. However, it's about 5% the size of Facebook. Facebook is the 8,000-pound gorilla, and it cannot be ignored. And then there's YouTube. So if I were a recruiter and I wanted to have people see me as an expert in that arena, well, then I would create some sort of a show. What's a recruiter need? A recruiter needs recruits. A recruiter needs people that they can place. They can go to a company looking for a vice president of sales or marketing and say, hey, I have these 5 people that I've connected with via Facebook or LinkedIn. And I'll give you a perfect example. I'm not active on LinkedIn, not nearly as much as I should be. I'm not as active on LinkedIn. I have some automated processes set up through some tools that I use, that when I go live on Facebook or I post something on Instagram, it hits my LinkedIn account, but I'm not really super active. I only have 1,600 followers or connections on LinkedIn, I think, something like that. So, but I'm not a good recruit for a recruiter, so please don't reach out to me for that. But because I'm an entrepreneur. However, I think that if I was going to go out there and be a recruiter, I would be pouring content on all the platforms. Yes, Instagram's important. Use it. But Facebook is also important. LinkedIn's important. Twitter's important. I have some massive, big celebrities that follow me on Twitter that don't follow me on Facebook or so I use all the platforms. You've got to use everything available to you, and it's all free. And I'm going to make a point here to help you with this. If ABC, NBC, Fox, and CBS, did I name all of them? If all the networks reached out to you and they said, hey, Michelle, we have a special opportunity for you. You put together some video content, and we're going to run it on every single network across the entire globe for you for free. And you can run it whenever you want. Run your commercials anytime you want. Would you do it? That's a rhetorical question, because either if you wouldn't do it, you probably shouldn't be in business. But if you would do it, and of course you would, why would you do that and not use all the social media platforms? Because Facebook Live and video and YouTube and all of these platforms are massive ways for all of us to connect with whoever we want. But you got to pick your lane and stay in your lane and develop content around what you are an expert at. So I hope I answered your question with that. So, okay, here's another question. How are we on time? We got 9 minutes left, so we're good. So I have, hey, Sharon and Ken, thanks for taking my question. My name is, wow, I got named in that. Well, my name is Adam, and I am a small business owner in Florida. I started my business with two friends. We didn't start off too well, but have figured some stuff out, and now we are making money and growing. We have 3 people working for us that are training as we go. I complained to one of my partners that I'm feeling burnt out, and he said it was because I still do a lot of things I should be delegating, and that I need to trust the team more and hand things off. I've always been a doer and slow to have faith in people. How do I switch from a worker mindset to a business owner mindset and feel more comfortable offloading tasks to other people? And is that is an amazingly good question, Adam. It took me a long time. It took me a long time of being very, very small. I mean, very small, before I finally learned how to delegate. As long as you just know this, here's the magic answer. If you don't learn how to delegate and trust people on your team, you're always going to be small. And that there's no, you can't grow a business without people and rely and trust those people. So you've got to be able to delegate to those people, and then you have to be able to measure what the results are. So you have to be able to do that, man. And how do you shift that the worker mindset to a business owner mindset? I've never had a worker mindset. I've always had a business owner mindset. So I mean, listen, I've worked for companies a long time ago, but it didn't work because I just wasn't in that mindset. So, I would say whenever I'm struggling with something that, like that, for example, if I were struggling with that, I would probably get out a piece of paper and I would start writing, and I would write some affirmations about what I want to become and write it as if it's real right now. And so, that is one way I would start. And then just start by, I mean, the best way to do it is just to do it. Just take the action and start offloading some of those tasks. You don't have to go all in. All right. And that will burn you out eventually. It will. Although you're not a candle, candles burn out. You're a human being and you're a doer. So just, continue taking action, and along the way, start offloading some of it, just a little bit at a time, to test the waters if you need to. But you've got to get there if you want to grow and you want to play big. And I hope that answers your question. Again, if anybody has questions and reach out to me or Sharon or whoever, I'm willing to help as much as I can. So the last question I have here is from, and I'm reading comments at the same time. Angela Totman says, yes, create expectations and then measure results and make adjustments. Amen, Angela. That is exactly the truth. So here's the last question I have. And I think it's Philippe. There's an E on the end. So it's Philip or Philippe. I'm going to go with Philippe. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. So my name is Philippe. I'm an author, and I'm about to finish my first book about strategies to develop emotional IQ. I have been talking about this on my social media for a while, so people around me know and hopefully will participate in my launch. People who respond to my posts are supportive, but I have not been able to grow my connections by as much as I had hoped, and I wonder if it would be best to wait to publish the book until I have more people following me / seeing my posts. Should I go ahead and get it out as soon as possible when it is ready, or would it be better to wait until I have more potential buyers in my immediate network? This might be the question of the day, because I'm going to make a really, really, really big point, and I want to Philippe, here's my answer. So most people on social media think from the mindset of, how do I get more people to see me? How do I get more people to respond to me? How do I get more people to notice my posts and like them and share them and all of that? And I'm going to tell you, there is a very magical way to do that. And that is what I talked about earlier. That is, you've got to get out of the me mindset. And how can I get others to like me and like my posts, and more into a mindset of how can I help other people have their posts seen more? How can I help other people get more attention? How can I help Sharon Lechter get more attention? How can I help Sharon Lechter have her posts be seen by more people? And see, what happens is, as you continue to help other people, as you continue to help other people grow their posts being seen, I don't know if that's the right way to say that, but as you help other people notice that you're a helper and you're a giver, and they just automatically want to help you. It's just the way it works. The more I help by sharing other people's stuff, the more I get on a live stream and talk about other people, the more I get shared, the more I get likes on my posts, the more it's just the way it works. So when you get into a mindset of, I am here to help other people. How can I help others get what they want? How can I help others see that I genuinely care about them and their success? Once you get to that mindset, once you have that shift on social media and in life, but especially on social media, you have to have and it can't come off fake. It has to be genuine. You have to genuinely care about other people. Otherwise, just keep doing what you're doing, and that probably won't work very well. I am a best-selling author. My book hit #1 bestseller on Amazon and stayed there for 48 hours. And I'm not saying that to brag. I'm saying that to express some unbelievable gratitude to all of the people who helped me get there. I did that 100% through social media. 100% through social media. And the way that I did that is I help a lot of people. I wake up every day and I ask God to show me how I can help someone else today. And if you live from that mindset, if you live from the mindset of, how can I help someone else? How can I help someone else? I don't care what you're doing. If you're driving down the road and you see a little old lady that needs her snow shoveled, or if you're in my neighborhood, it's -7 degrees right now. Stop by. We need some shoveling done. I'm just kidding. But you have to genuinely care about other people. You have to help other people get what they want. If you do that and you share other people's stuff out, you comment on their posts, you share their posts, you're going to get the attention that you want. And once you start getting that attention and you put your book out there, then you can do some live streams and continue building that. Again, everybody's out there putting content out about themselves and their thoughts and everything else, and that's fine to do once in a while for sure. But you've got to also put out other people's content. You've got to be interested in more than just you. You've got to be interested in other people as well. So listen, thank you so much for being on here. Thank you to everyone who's been on here. Thank you for anyone who shared this out. That's amazing. And I want to say a special, huge thank you to Angela Totman and Sharon Lechter. I am so grateful that you reached out and asked me to host the show today. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. Everybody go out today, help someone else get what they want out of life. Start shifting your mindset to one of gratitude for what you have, and look for ways to help other people grow. And as you do that, your life is going to expand and grow as well, and you're going to be playing big. So thank you for being here today on the show, and I will talk to you very soon. Take care. Have a great day.